Hey, what's up? We're gonna have our first submitted topic. Remember, if you have a question you want to ask for my advice on, or you have a topic you want to discuss, or I don't know, whatever the hell, you can send me an email at sangsubmission@proton.me. Send an email to sangsubmission@proton.me if you want to suggest a video topic idea or ask me a question for me to answer or give advice on, or anything you want to talk about or discuss, send it to that email. And if I think it's interesting enough, I will make a Yap video about it. So we got our first submission here for a Yap video. We got our first one, and I'll read it to you right now. Hello, Sir Sangerson. I have a thought for you to consider. I am of a nearly purely scientific mind, and yet I've had such weird experiences in life so regularly. One reoccurring thing in particular. Every now and then, I will dream of something arbitrary, something random but realistic. My brain will put it in the back pocket of my mind for weeks or months, and then, when those weeks, months, or even a year later, I will experience that exact same thing I saw in that dream. The same thoughts, the same things I see, the same things I hear. The first time I ever noticed this was when I believe I was 12 or 13, visiting my extended family. A while ago, before the visit, I had a dream of a slightly overcast, rocky beach. I remember there being a particular rock formation, and when I visited that extended family, we went to that beach. I didn't notice it until that moment when I sat in the sand and looked around the beach. Then it clicked. I had thought, I've seen this before. What the fuck? Then it happened again, months later, and again, and again, and again. All random, non consequential things, like reading a story that I find interesting about a particular idea or particular character. Again, the exact words I see, my phone has the same cracks in it both in the dream and later in real life. The exact same thoughts. Hell, I'm pretty sure I was reading that story I had in one of your streams in the background, or some video, and they were the same words. To be warned, this gets a little bit into religious territory. I'm not a religious person. My only guess as to why this happens is that maybe some fourth dimensional being is fucking with me, as there is a theory of 4D beings that can mess with our universe as we can mess with 2D worlds. If there are gods, I reckon there are some form of higher dimension outside of our comprehension, but not something I would bother with worshipping. Maybe these 4D beings are fucking with the fabric of time, but why in dreams? I've told few other people about this, but they sometimes say they've experienced the same thing. Thoughts? Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, obviously what you're describing, I'm sure you know, is called deja vu. Everybody has deja vu, though I'm not sure if it's always something where you know, I guess dream or have visions of it, like visions of it in the future. I've had deja vu a lot of times, though I'm not sure if I don't think I've ever had like at least known like pre-vision of something and then had deja vu of it later. But I mean, what you're describing seemingly sounds more like that than I guess the sort of deja vu I'm used to. I mean, usually when I have deja vu, I don't necessarily remember the exact thing happening, but it's usually just that I have a memory of something really similar to what's happening in the moment, and it's giving me deja vu. But I don't know. I've had deja vu where it's like I'm hearing the exact same words or I'm saying the exact same things. And it only lasts like a couple seconds usually, you know, like it doesn't really last that long. But I mean, that's what this sounds like. This sounds like deja vu to me, but uh, I don't know. You're describing more of like I said, like visions, like the exact same cracks in your phone and then the dream. Like you're getting dreams of these and then you're living that. And I have no idea. I have no idea what's happening. Obviously, I'm not the great knower of things, but I do know that when you go to sleep, your brain kind of uses that time to categorize things you know and sort your memories and places you've been and seen and things people you've talked to. Just your brain just sorts, categorizes, and stores information while you're sleeping. So I mean, I don't know if I mean, you've seen your phone before, so I mean, I would assume your brain would keep how your phone is intact in any visions you would see in your dreams. I don't know if you've been to the beach before. I don't know if I mean, you've heard words before, so anything you read or hear, or like, I don't know. I just, I don't buy any sort of four-dimensional being fucking with reality. I don't believe in that in the slightest. I mean, if there is a 4D world, doesn't really affect. It doesn't really matter in my eyes. Because, well, one, we can't possibly perceive it, and two, it doesn't really seem to be fucking with the 3D world. At least not in any way that affects reality beyond, I guess, your deja vu. You know what I mean? Like, it's not causing mass suffering and people to die and explosions and the earth to collapse. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really happening. So I don't really care whether or not four-dimensional beings exist, but I don't know, that just seems far-fetched to me. I don't know. That seems kind of too out there for my liking. I don't even know, like, let's say there are four-dimensional beings or something. Would they be gods? I don't know. I'm not really sure if I believe in any sentient gods, but I mean, what you're describing, like four-dimensional beings that fuck with or do things, like you're just describing like a fucking acid trip, man. I'm not even kidding. Like, do DMT and then you'll see some four-dimensional beings, okay? um I mean, people who get on DMT, they describe like meeting higher beings, like machine elves, that tell them the secrets of the universe and all sorts of shit. Um, and they say like, oh, we can't normally meet because you have to be fucking high as shit on DMT. But I mean, a lot of people come out of DMT and they're like convinced that there's like secrets to the universe that you can't normally perceive unless you're fucking high as balls. So yeah, I don't know, but it's I don't know what's going on with you. I think my scientific brain wants to say that you're just experiencing deja vu, and a particularly you have a particular your mind is set up in a way where it's very particularly strong to having dreams, remembering them, and having them be applied in real life and getting deja vu that way. Or you could be misremembering your dreams and like confusing them with real life and getting deja vu that way, where you have elements that are in your dreams that your brain has remembered and categorized, and it's similar to what you're seeing, and it's getting mixed up, and you're misremembering, and there's deja vu there. Um, Again, I don't know. The brain is the most misunderstood part of the human body, so it's very hard to say, but I would just say you have a really strong case of deja vu, and it's not four-dimensional beings, but shit, I could be wrong. Maybe Glor can that guy. Maybe he's messing with you. And that I tried to make a 4D name. Did that work? I just kind of sounded like I was throwing up. You come up with a 4D name on the spot, okay? You sit here in front of a microphone at midnight and come up with a 4D name on the spot, okay? I don't want to hear any shit from you. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's weird. I get deja vu. You get deja vu. If anyone has similar experiences to this person, say it. Say it in the comments. Let them know. Let them know that they're not alone. If you think that I'm fucking stupid and the 4D beings are real, tell them in the comments. The 4D beings are coming for you. They're gonna steal your wallet. That's where your keys go. When you lose your keys, when you lose something and you just like can't find it, the 4D beings, they took it from you. They moved it into the fourth dimension. You can't. That's why you lost that really small thing that one time when you were younger. It's not because it went under the couch or went in the crack in the wall. It's because a 4D being slipped its hands through the dimensional filament and took it into the fourth dimension. That's why. Just to clear things up. Um, I also I also don't believe this because uh you say we can mess with 2D worlds, but we can't though. Like you can't though. Um because I mean a 2D world is like, oh, I can draw on a piece of paper. That's still 3D. On a microscopic level, it's 3D. It just looks 2D to you. Maybe 2D is like on your screen, like a screen, like a I guess I don't know, but that's like pixels showing an image, I guess. I don't know. If the 4D beings are listening, show yourself you're a coward. And if you don't exist, don't show up in the next 2 seconds. Or wait, yeah, if you don't exist, don't show up on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. All right. There's no four-dimensional beings. Case closed. Cool. Good job. Good job, guys. We did it.